Fire crews have been able to stop forward progress on the Rancho Fire. The fire is burning in the Rancho Haven area north of Cold Springs. So far, it's scorched 1,400 acres since it first sparked yesterday afternoon. Let's send it over now to Michaela Hardy, who's keeping a close eye on the fire out there. And Michaela, from your perspective, how are things looking?
Well, Ryan, as you can probably tell a little bit by my hair, it is a bit breezy out, which isn't a good sign for the fire, but with Chris saying that it's probably going to be favorable, that is a good sign. Let's take a look at what it looks like right here behind me. Now, the wind is kind of picking up. It's blowing the smoke a little towards our way right now, and all the smoke is kind of being all over the place. You can't really see any flames. It's kind of tough to see if you can get a close look at any helicopters or air support out there working on it. But it is obviously still there, very visible if you're out here on the back roads, which, speaking of which, law enforcement is trying to shut down the back roads out here. So it is encouraged that people do not come out here to try and check out the fire. They do not want you out here. They only want our first responders out here working on this fire. And speaking of which, Truckee Meadows Fire and Rescue has mentioned that this fire yesterday afternoon was started by a person. According to Truckee Meadows Fire and Rescue, this is the spot where the fire started yesterday afternoon.
We do have evidence that there was an individual grinding metal, and that's all I could say because that is continued to be investigated.
As it continues to burn, 15 engines, 3 helicopters, and 175 personnel from multiple fire agencies are working together to put it out. So far, no buildings have been damaged and no injuries are reported. There is currently no containment. However, ground crews are working to increase that by securing control lines and mopping up hot spots.
The fire basically is at a has moderated pretty significantly, and that's good news.
Mayberry says the fire quickly spread when it first sparked. He tells us luckily crews were able to quickly catch up overnight when the wind died down and it got cooler.
I would characterize it as a very stubborn fire where our crews worked really aggressively well through the night with no sleep, really trying to get their upper hand on this fire.
Mayberry says gusty winds continue to remain a concern for the fire activity today. And even though evacuation orders have been lifted, he tells us nearby communities need to still be prepared in case they're put back in place.
If the fire continues to essentially become much more aggressive or much more active, evacuation certainly could be on the horizon.
A good way to stay prepared is keeping a to-go bag with enough essentials to last at least 3 days. That includes non-perishable food, water, medications, cash.
Think about what you need for your pets, for your toddlers, for your infants, for your children. Have some extra clothes, your important documents.
And this, sir, we actually just received an update from officials saying that the fire is now 10% contained. So good job out there to all our fire crews who are making progress on this. We know they're really working hard out there. And this also serves as a reminder that anybody who's doing any types of outdoor activities, whether that be target shooting, off-roading, working with metal, anything like chains, tools, anything like that, you need to be very, very mindful with that stuff. Otherwise, you could be starting something like this. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more about the fire on air and online at 2news.com. Covering Fire Watch live north of Cold Springs, Michaela Hardy, 2 News Nevada.